Welcome back, Monsketeers, to another Ragnarok Vloggentary. And today, we venture back to a family trip we took up to Gatlinburg, Tennessee for a cousin's wedding. There's sweet baby Bane. Papa Steve in the back. He's a new character of the cast. You know Isabel. You know Dean. Of course, you know Rylan. You've recently met Hazley in our Pumpkin Patch Vloggentary. There's Aunt Marcia. There's Will. You know Will. Maverick. Carrie. And of course, my beautiful wife. Reoccurring characters, a lot of them. Here at Smokey's Pancake Cabin. Cabin sounds so much more comforting and like cozy than house or hut or palace. Pancake palace. What other pancake establishments are there? Look at this. Look at this scenery. Tennessee's so beautiful. And growing up in Southern California, we don't have this. We don't have this like density of trees. And as lovely as it looks now, we were up here end of summer, just the beginnings of fall. No, actually, I think it was technically truly till still summer. So end of summer. But you know what? You know what's really magical up here is the fall. So you still have this like dense tree coverage, but it's yellow. So look right there. Look, a little bit of yellow peeking through, getting ready. Yellows, reds, oranges, browns. Lovely. There's nothing more stunning than fall. I'd argue it's the best season. Spring's pretty cool. Hey, look, bears. How adorable. Lots of bears in the Smokies. So you're going to see a lot of bear-themed stuff. And I say lots of bears, but I truly don't know what that number is. But look at that's why they call it the Smokies. It looks smoky. But it's not smoke. It's a cloud. As I choke on nothing. It's a roller coaster. They have roller coasters that like weave through the mountain and amongst the trees and stuff. And I think that'd be fun to do at some point. We didn't do it this trip, but I'd like to I'd like to make it back up here during the fall and do another Vloggentary, and so you can see the contrast. It's kind of overcast a little bit. I wonder how common that is up here, because the smoke of the Smokies is just a mist. It's just a cloud, really, right? So I wonder if it gets overcasty fairly often, or if it was just normal weather. I don't know where I'm trying to go with that. Basically, it's cloudy. It looks like winter. Winter in Tennessee kind of looks like that. Although not always. You know, the sun does crack through and there are sunny days. Look at this, the main drag. The main drag of Gatlinburg, Tennessee. The village, I think my wife just said. Lots of novelty shops, specialty shops. So just touristy fun. Touristy fun. Reminds me of Old Town San Diego to a degree. Look at me bully my son. Hey, nerd. Hey. Those are the kind of things I say to him when I push him around like that. Clearly, he was distraught about it, and I'm just a bully. I don't know. There's something about the overcast sky that I feel is kind of impeding the true beauty of this place. Usually overcast days don't bother me or affect me. I kind of feel like they're pretty cozy and fun. You know, I like to be indoors and, you know, a lamp, a nice little mood lighting from a lamp. This is just like me speaking of fond memories of my childhood. Whenever it was overcast in San Diego, like, we'd have a lamp on, and, you know, it just felt cozy. Anyway, that has nothing to do with Gatlinburg. This is a mini golf place. Tons and tons and tons of mini golf places up here. We didn't mini golf this trip, but maybe next time. Look at my son. Look at Bane. When he can't actually make a mess, he pretends to make a mess. he needs to fulfill that destructive nature within his soul. Lids. Little Blue House. Lids. It's stores and places like Lids that make certain areas of Gatlinburg just feel very mall-like. You know what I mean? I wish they were all like mom and pop specialty stores, but that's not the case. I mean, sometimes you need a hat, I guess. And if you don't have a local Lids, well, here you are. That's problem solved. Look at this place. They get into some dark arts here at Mystic Moon Celtic Fair. I think we went in there, if I remember correctly. What is that, ice cream? Look at this thing. Look at the nose. It's a log. This was a log that they carved and painted into a bear. That's just random log. Isn't that neat? I say it's a random log, but maybe somebody specially cut it to create that. So I don't know. I like to think that it was some sort of like lumberjack-like artist stomping through the forest and came across this fallen tree and was like, look at that. I can make it beautiful. That's how he sounded. Caramel corn. It really smells awesome. Serving Gatlinburg since 1961. Although it feels older out here. 1961, look at this thing. It's part of the joy of Gatlinburg. For me, anytime I find myself in a touristy location, I want to go to the hot sauce emporiums. I want to go to the beef jerky specialty stores. I want to go to the old-timey candy stores. Yeah. An old-time candy store may be one of my just all-time favorite things in life. And I think that harkens back to memories of Disneyland, you know? Because they had the Emporium or somewhere around there. Somewhere on Main Street that's got an old-time candy store vibe. And in Old Town San Diego, there's a candy store. There's a tobacco store. I think there might be a hot sauce place. I don't know. But it's just those fun, niche-y, specialty tourist spots. Like right there. Jerky. However, free sample? Is that part of the name? Jerky free sample? So here's the thing. I'm going to be real with you. There's something you got to watch out for when you go to specialty jerky establishments. Now, this is like an old-time candy shop. Beef jerky, specialty beef jerkies are a love of mine. However, so various flavors are fun to get into, of course. You know, you get a pretty wild flavored beef jerky. You're like, hey, this is fun. This is unusual. But what I'm ghost pepper. What I'm really geared up for whenever I go to a specialty jerky establishment is the unusual meats, the, dare I say, exotic meats, but I guess they're not really exotic, like the alligators, the ostriches, the elks, the kangaroo. Have you seen kangaroo jerky? Rattlesnake jerky? All super fun. You know what else is super fun? Pickled things. I love pickled things as much as I love jerky. So this shop was basically made for me. However, it had a problem, and the problem was the rattlesnake jerky was only like 3% rattlesnake. Everything was mostly pork or mostly beef with the obscure meat mixed in. So it's still basically just beef jerky, but technically, since there is like a tidbit of alligator in there, you can say you had alligator jerky. That's not what I want. I want just pure whatever animal it is. I want pure kangaroo jerky. I don't want you to mix it with pork. I don't want you to mix it with beef. I just want kangaroo. Unfortunately, jerky-free sample wasn't the case. Look at this place. This is one of those spots, man, where just a mall. I crashed into the wall with the stroller right there. Yeah, here we are, just a mall. At least it's a pleasant looking mall. It feels cabinish, I guess, in a way. Lots of wood. But all in all, it was really just a mall. So something about malls here in Tennessee. We have the Opry Mills Mall, which is the giant mall here in Nashville. And the weird thing is, it used to be the location of a theme park, Opryland. And instead of being a theme park, it's a big mall. And here we are in Gatlinburg in another big mall. What's up with big malls being tourist spots? I'm curious. I don't know. But hey, another bear. You see that thing? It's pretty cool. This was neat. This is like I don't know what you would call this. It's a fountain, I guess, kinda. But it's like I don't know, man. Feels like something you'd find in Frontierland at, Disneyland or Magic Kingdom or something. Like, right before you go on Big Thunder Mountain, they would have one of these waterfall fountain. I don't know. I don't know what you would call it. It's fun to watch, though. Easily hypnotic. Clearly, because we're still staring at it. We're still lost into it. Ah, hey, beautiful. Yeah, Ryland's talking about the hot sauce store. The hot sauce store in Gatlinburg is the same one we have here in Opry Mills, the tourist mall here that I was just talking about. So, we skipped the hot sauce store because, got it local. But hey, you know what we can't skip? Homemade candies. Here you go. Look at this. Look at this heaven on earth. And like in shop made confectionaries. Is that what these are? Confectionaries? Is that what we call them? It does say homemade. But unless you see it happen with your own eyes, how can you truly tell? Caramel apples. Don't you love a caramel apple? I love caramel apples so much that we made a Skeleton Crew character. I forget his name, though. It's Carmelo something. I forget. But you can find him. LealLegacy.com. It's Crue Tunes, our Crue Tune page. You can find him. Ooh, honeys. I like interestingly flavored honeys as well. And a saltwater taffy. Oh man, saltwater taffy. Shut up. Is there anything better than a good saltwater taffy? And the variety of flavors you can find are just outstanding in places like this. Ooh, assorted hard candies. This is like old people, like grandma purse candy, Ava purse candy. Is what this all feels like. Grape. Does anybody actually like grape flavored candies? Brittles? Oh man, brittles. I didn't get any brittle in this place, and I'm pretty bummed out about that.
Yeah, that's behind the counter. You don't even go back there.
Look at Bane trying to sneak behind places, getting all sketchy. My son Bane likes to just like see something that looks interesting. He's a very picky eater, which makes it very challenging because he will visually see something that looks like, oh, I would absolutely love that. But then his mouth tells him otherwise, and then it's just, it's just a bummer. Look at these, though. Who doesn't love a caramel apple?
That's the honey sticks are in here, yeah.
Oh, we got honey sticks. I remember that. The honey sticks were flavored like cinnamon, caramel. I think there was a grape one, maybe. There was a mint one. I think I only ever tried the caramel. Oh, Like, I tried the caramel and the cinnamon, I believe. And then my children ate the rest of them. Because, you know, that's what happens when you're a parent. When you're a parent, you get things with the intention of trying it yourself. But then they steal it. They steal it from you. They'll ask. Oftentimes they'll ask, but you can't say no. Look, he got, what is that? 2 marshmallows stacked on each other, covered in chocolate with an M&M topping. An M&M stick is what he said. Ryland's on a honey stick. My wife got a caramel apple. Are green apples the best for caramel apples? I think so. The sour and sweet duality of it. That's not to say you can't use a red apple. Ooh, are red apples... Okay, so this is what I'm thinking now. And does everyone else know this and I'm just learning it now or figuring it out now? Look at that. I could watch a taffy puller forever. Just the rest of my life. If you sat me in front of a taffy puller, I could just sit there and be entertained until the day I die. Okay. Red apples. Red apples, I'm going to argue, are used for candied apples. You know, the apples with the hard candy shell around it. And then if you want to do a caramel apple, that's when you use a green apple. Now, you tell me if that's not brilliant or a commonly known fact that I'm just pretending like I thought of now. Look at these. Ooh, truffles. I'm not always a truffle fan, but I wouldn't turn down a free truffle. You know what I mean? They have moonshine taffy. Moonshine flavored taffy was just something that I find to be such a fun novelty, but I don't want it. You know, I would try a free sample. More free stuff. I would try a sample of a moonshine taffy, but I don't think I would buy an entire pack. You know what I would buy, and I did buy an entire pack of? Pumpkin spice saltwater taffy, which turned out to just be okay. And looking back on it, I wish I had gotten fudge or brittle instead, but I'm not unhappy with the choice that I made. It just didn't turn out to be exactly what I was looking for or was hoping it would be, but it was still good. And the only way to find out is, you know, if you roll the dice. And sometimes you roll the dice and, you know, it doesn't always pan out. I don't think this guy really loved the fact that I had the camera on him, but at the same time, you work in a candy fish tank, you know? I was really hoping he was going to get into doing something really fun, but no, just a lot of setup. Just a lot of setup, not a lot of doing. Oh, here we go. Look at this. Can you honestly tell me this is not the absolute most hypnotic thing you've ever seen in your entire life? Over and over and over. What's he doing? No! I just said how much I loved watching this. You didn't want to be on camera a minute ago. And now you're taking this. Oh my gosh, that is so satisfying to see. Wow. You think it's warm? I bet it's nice and warm. Just from the action of being stretched over and over again, it's got to generate some kinetic kind of heat, right? I think it does. This is such a little pleasant area. This would be a perfect area to eat a caramel apple in. Have a tea. Hey, look at Bane's shirt. You can get that at skeletoncrewbrand.com or leallegacy.com/shop. It's part of our Disnerd collection. There it is.
Vloggentary would say, my wife couldn't resist.
My wife couldn't resist what?
Open the bag right away.
Oh yeah, she did crack into that bag. And that's when we learned that the taffy was just okay. But you know what's not just okay? My podcast, Ragnarok. Check it out across all your favorite podcast platforms. And I made a lot of mentions to our merch, Skeleton Crew. Scope that out at leallegacy.com/shop. And thanks. Thanks for watching. Thanks for telling your friends. Thanks for being a friend and telling a friend. And we'll catch you next time. See ya.